Hard drives, crashing of hard drives. I hope it didn't happen to any one of you, but it happened to me several times. And I had to recover some hard drives which were apparently crashed. Like you plug them in, nothing happens. You can't read them. So I started to think, okay, how do I find what's wrong? And so I did the search. And I'm going to do the same thing now. So actually, you cannot see my screen, so I'm going to share my screen first. This will stop the other screen sharing. Yes. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. This is the screen, and I hope that you see it, right? Everybody
Yeah.
see? Okay.
Now you can
So
see the
then,
original.
and so then you turn on your computer, nothing happens. Or for a while, you start to hear funny sounds coming from the hard drive. That's a bad sign. If a hard drive starts to make funny sounds, you have a problem. So how do you find out how to fix this problem? So the question is how to recover from a hard drive crash. And we're going to get gazillion answers, like really a lot. Okay. Some of the answers, which we will read here, make absolutely no sense. Check for a backup. Most people don't do backups, so there is nothing to check. Checking in the recycling bin, maybe, but usually the recycling bin will contain something old that you don't want anyway. You want the original. So now you start software recovery. And this is what I will concentrate on. There is also, if you cannot solve the problem, you go to what is called the service bureau. It's a business, the task of which is recover data for you. And they're very expensive. They could range anywhere from $200 to $3,000. So if you have something really important, we spoke about this many times before, do backups. Backups. And at least 2 backups plus your original. Okay, if you remember, we spoke about the 3-2-1 method, 3 different backups, 2 different mediums. So let's say one hard drive, one SSD, and one is offsite. Basically, you deposit one of these 3 at your neighbor or your children or whatever. So since service bureaus are expensive and software, there are many pieces of software which are free. Let's try and see what is meant by software. So let's find a program. Actually, there is a mention already. Drill disk, stellar data recovery, and there are many other ones. But we want to find the free ones and the ones that actually work. So now the next step, I'll keep this here. I'll open another window and it'll say hard drive recovery software. And what I want this particular one, I want open source. And open source means many people contributed to develop the software. And the good thing about that is that you cannot have, or it's highly unlikely that you'll get a virus in an open source software because there are many people checking it all the time. So I punched in this question, and the first thing that came up is test disk. I downloaded test disk. I used it. It's a very good program, but it's extremely complicated. It's not for the faint at heart and not for the beginner. So I would say you don't want to go with this one. Okay. All these, I have no clue what they are, but you go, the next step is and you say popular hard drive recovery software. And you're going to see, usually they come up with the 10 best. You have to worry about these 10 best because sometimes they say, let's say, the 10 best cars for 2025 in January. How the hell do they know which is the best car in 2025 with only 1 month passed? Right? Sorry for the how the hell. So what you want a software that will show up in many searches. So we can click on, I don't like Captera, but we'll click on it anyway to see what they say. And you see, you have all these pieces of software with rating of people. Doesn't tell me anything. So that's why I'm not going to deal with it. The first one that actually is very popular and it works is ESA's data recovery, and it's a free program. ESA's makes many types of software. Most of it quite good. They also have the second tier, which is paid version. So if you download the free version and for some reason you are stuck because this software cannot do what you want it to do, then you may have to opt for the paid version. And the paid version of these programs can range anywhere from $30 to $150. So the cost benefit compared to a service bureau is obvious. You don't want to spend $3,000 when the software which costs you $100 can do that. Again, there is a learning curve, like in everything, there is a learning curve. Okay. Before I continue, I have to say one more thing. If you have a hard drive crash, your system crashes, don't try to push the reset button 50 times and reset the computer and turn off the power and turn it back on. As soon as something happens, you want to stop. And then you have two options. One, you make an image of your hard drive. An image, inside Windows, there is an option to make an image, which means it's copying everything one-to-one to another hard drive. You do that because you want to preserve the state of your data on the original hard drive before it gets even worse. Because a hard drive crash starts with little hiccups. You hear a little noise. Then it takes longer to read the file. Then it cannot read the file at all. Then you're looking for pictures, they disappear. You have to stop right away. And you do all your recovery on the image. You leave the original alone for now. And again, you have to find the right software that will do it. The most common error that happens in hard drives, there is something which is called the master boot record. The way, let's see, I'll show you. To understand this, you have to understand how a hard drive is made. So hard drive, let's see, topography. Basically, it tells you what is in a hard drive. And then you go to the image. And hopefully you will find something. You know what? Let's say hard drive MBR, which is the master boot record, and tracks. So a hard drive is made up of cylinders, lots of cylinders, thousands of these. And they're basically silver discs. And these are the platters. And they range between one, I don't know what's the maximum. I've seen 16 platters. Like really dense hard drives can have 16 of these. And the data is arranged in a circular way inside. Okay, and you can see here, this, I'll try and zoom in on this one. Let's see if it will opens up. You see, these represent data, and you see it's not continuous. You can have a short file, you can have a long file, but you have to arrange them in a circular fashion. Now, the computer needs some kind of a directory to tell it where are the different parts of even one file, right? Let's say you start here, you start writing. Okay, let's go the other way. You start writing something here, you get here, here there is already some other file. So obviously you cannot overwrite it. So the head or the computer tells the head, jump to another place, jump here. It's empty. You can continue writing here. You're at right. Again, you hit something. Jump to another place. Now, initially, the computer has to know where to start. And that is in the master boot record. Now, if you lose the master boot record, your system will crash. And people panic, but there is no need to panic. Usually, it is fairly easy to recover the master boot record. And for that, you look for software that will do that for you. And let's see what kind of software there is. See, there is something, this is a DOS base. DOS means is the old system, maybe 20 years ago. It still works, but it's not a window based. It's command line based. So you have to actually type. Here, I'll show you how command line, CMD. This is how command line works. You have to type in something. And if you want, we can do a quick test on your computers to see whether your hard drive is functioning properly. Just go, if you have Windows, go to the bottom left. Actually, do you see this black screen or no?
We just see the results in Google. That's what we see.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Then let me stop the sharing and I'm going to share my everything.
Okay.
Because I was sharing only one window. So now you see this black screen, right?
That's the command window.
So this is called the command prompt. If you want to do neat stuff in Windows, this is where you go. But this is really like I'm getting really deep in, but the small stuff you can do it. So if anybody wants to try this, maybe Joe and maybe anybody, go down to the bottom left of your screen where it says type here to search. Okay, I'm going to close this. You go here and you type CMD. Okay, as soon as you type CMD, you will see this one, the highlighted in blue. It says command prompt. It's a system program, and you can open it. You can just hit enter or click on open. Both will open it. So I'm going just to hit enter on my keyboard, and it opens it. Did anybody else do it?
I have Chrome OS. I can't do that.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Okay,
I didn't know how you got to that screen there. I'm sorry.
You go down to the bottom left. You see the window, the window symbol at the bottom left of my screen.
I see my Windows.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on Windows 11, it's right in the middle of the screen.
Okay.
That's right. You just look for the part, Caroline, the part of your computer that says type here to search. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, yeah. And then you type in CMD, just CMD.
Okay. CMD?
Yes.
Okay.
Charlie, Mary, David.
Yes. Charlie, Mary, David.
CMD, okay? It's short for command.
Okay, CMD.
Okay, so you type it in and you hit enter.
Yes.
As soon as you hit enter, you get the black screen.
Got it.
All Windows, from going back to Windows 3. Like, you can tell how old I am by knowing that I know Windows 3. Okay. It's one of the first Windows. Anyway, so you get to this point, and now what you can do is you can check your hard drive. Very simple. And what you do is you type in CHK, DSK, which is short for check disk. Usually these acronyms actually mean something. So it sounds cryptic, but it actually makes sense. So CHK DSA is check disk. Okay. If there is, let's say, MS config, that means Microsoft configuration. Okay. But anyway, we're digressing. We don't want to do that. So,
Hey, bro, can you maximize that screen so people can see it
uh,
bigger? Yeah.
a command cannot be increased.
No. I'm talking in the command window. You know how you can maximize the screen?
You cannot increase the size of the font in a command screen.
That's not what I'm trying to say. You know, you can't make the window look bigger by using the
Okay,
maximize button.
actually here. This is the biggest that I can make it. Is this good?
That's better. Yes.
More better?
Yes. It's
Okay,
more clear. Yes.
more better. Just kidding. Okay. So, you see, you cannot do a check disk on drive C itself unless you reset the restart the computer. So what it will tell you is that next time when you do it, it will check the disk. But I can show you, I can switch to my drive D. I have a few drives. So basically you type D, it switches to another hard drive. I have three hard drives. And it goes to D, and now I can do CHK, DSK, and now there are extensions. The extensions are letters or letter combinations where you instruct the computer what to do with the results of the test. You can do /F for fix. You can do /D. I don't know what that is for. I mean, I know what it is for. I just don't know what the D stands for. And you can do it without anything, but it will not give you anything. Okay, so I'm going to do CHK DSK on drive D without anything. So even if it finds a mistake, it will just tell me that it found a mistake, but it will not try to correct it. So what I do, I hit enter. And there are 4 steps to this thing. And it starts. You see, stage 1. This is stage 1. I'm not going to let it go through because it will be very long. I'll let it run for stage 1 and stage 2 only. But anyway, the bottom line is, if you have a hard drive that acts up, if it's only a little, like the beginning, before the noise starts and you're missing one picture or something, you do a /F. And in most instances, Windows will correct the problem. If after one, if you start to hear noises in your hard drive, don't do it. Like I said, stop, make a copy, and then start using other programs. This drive will take forever because it's a 1 terabyte drive, so I'm not going to let it run for too long.
Gabriel, so would this work? I have like a computer, I got 2, no, I had 3, but one I had not used in a while. So would this thing work, this check disk work on the one computer I haven't used? That's when we had this where you could put the CD in and everything. That's when I bought this other new computer that does not have a CD to read. Does that make sense? Am I?
It has no, the age of your computer has no bearing whether it will perform a check disk or not. It will do it. Now, if you haven't used a hard drive, we had a session about hard drives. It is advisable to run a program, and I'll show you the program in a second, a program that once a year, they say every 2 years, I would do it every year, reads every location on your hard drives. Basically, it is a refresh of the data. Now, why is this important? Data on a hard drive is a magnetic imprint which has north and south. And if you remember, if you played with magnets when you were a kid, magnets lose their strength unless you close them. Like the horseshoe magnet, used to have a little bar at the end to close the magnetic field. Magnetic fields run in a circular way.
Mhm.
Now, if you don't do that, then the magnet will just lose magnetism with over time, and you will end up with a piece of metal in your hand.
Just like my purse, it won't magnetize together. This new purse I bought,
Right.
it
So-
doesn't work.
But anyway, getting back to this. So
Yes.
if you perform a read of all your data once a year, what the computer does, it reads every location and writes it back.
Mhm.
So as the magnetic field decays, as the strength of the signal decays, when it is rewritten, the strength goes back to normal. So it's important to do it once a year. With hard drive. With SSDs, all you have to do is plug in the hard drive once a year into power for about 10 minutes.